people in America. I think how that they were taken against their wills, put in the belly of ships, brought over here, beat, cussed. Many of them died in the guts of those ships, thrown overboard. They were pulled from families over there. These are God's people. And I know that there's wicked in white races and wicked in black races and all that. I'm not justifying none of that stuff. I'm just saying God knows what happened to the black race. He knows how they wound up over here. And God is going to reimburse the black people for all their trouble and all their labor. Watch what I tell you.
Flee from the land of the north. He's in his hand, we gon' show. A father of vengeance child. He finally ending it now. Judgment is right at the door. That hour approaching the hole. He finally taking her down.
And that's why the white Jews try to cover them up, because they know them people got the correct Cohen. It's called Cohen DNA, which is Aaron's DNA. Now those white Jews got European DNA, but they try to lie and say they had Middle East DNA. We know it's a lie. Come on, can y'all handle this? Come on, it's helping y'all, ain't it? Come on, that's two witnesses are engaged. Come on, two witnesses. Two witnesses. Now you study it for yourself. Now, let me keep going. The curse of Ham lie came from the Jewish Talmud that stated that Noah cursed Ham, his descendants, with dark skin, which is a lie. The curse was on Canaan, and they all had dark skin. So now that's important for you to know, so you don't get twisted up on the dark skin, because they all had dark skin. So Shem looked like Ham, just like Judah looks like Levi. They had the same, Judah and Levi got the same mother and father. So if Levi has E1 B1A DNA, then so does Judah. Are y'all there? Come on, let me keep going. The original definition for Negro proved Negroes were from the Bantu tribe. That was in the dictionary. If you look up the original definition, it tells you Niger from the Bantu tribe. And the historians didn't know. What they didn't know is that the Bantus are Hebrews. They practice in Hebrews. They ain't been nothing but Hebrews. We are not Hamitic, which is that DNA. We are Shemitic. Your DNA does not fit Africans. That's why a lot of Africans don't like you. See, when they say Semite, they talking about Shemite. And they ain't Shemites. Your DNA goes back to Shemites, which is Aaron. Now, if you go now, all you got to do is do this little swab DNA test, and you'll get your whole haplogroup, and it'll tell you. But African Americans, every African American that gets their DNA as in this group. Why? Because we all came from the same place, slaves. See, what y'all don't understand is they didn't go in Africa picking cats. They didn't just go randomly. They picked a people. There was a certain people in Africa that they knew didn't belong in Africa, and the Africans turned them over. Me and my wife was watching a documentary where the
Tribe of Judah, Part 1. Our oppression tells our story. The tribe of Judah. Our oppression tells the story. When those drugs were dumped into our communities, it was very detrimental to our people. It basically genocide our people. Young people, please leave everything alone. From the pills to the marijuana to the lean, leave it all alone. Now, so far dealing with the music, the movies, the sports, many of our brothers and sisters signed up for a system that never really had our best interests at heart. Many of our brothers and sisters have been murdered. Many of our brothers and sisters have died from an intentional drug overdose. Some have died from an intentional plane crash. So I want to encourage all the young folks just to leave this system alone, because it was never created for us. I want you to look at the history of what has happened to all of the artists that were African Americans that has passed away. Look at the history of it. Look at the ones who have went to prison. And these labor owners own these prisons, the private prisons. Many of our brothers and sisters have been oppressed in this same system that was never created for us. They've had to do some unspeakable things. Look at what's going on with Diddy now, and he's not the only one. This system was never created for us. We've had to, people have dressed in dresses. That's never been our culture.
The record companies really, really do conspire against their artists. They steal, they cheat, they do whatever they can, especially the black artists.
I created it, so I felt like it should belong to me. That said, the companies felt otherwise, and they would always hold this contract up and say, well, you signed it. And I say, well, I understand that. It's not like I want to leave. I just want to, talk about this thing and see if we can't make it more fair. Of course, they wouldn't change, because if they changed, they wouldn't really exist. And that's kind of the situation we're in right today. They're not going to exist much longer. It shouldn't be a situation where they own the album or the work. We're talking about intellectual copyright. If they're going to be indeed a delivery service, then that's fine. But even FedEx doesn't say that they own the thing that they ship.
The Fall Guy. This was definitely something that was premeditated, that they had planned to do, and they planned to take my brother out, and my brother knew it, and that's why he told me repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly that this was going to happen to him. He explained it to me. He explained it's because of my catalog, which is my publishing, and they're after it, and they want it, and they want their hands on it, and they want to take it away from me. So Michael developed this love-hate relationship with his catalog. I don't want it because it's going to destroy my life. No, it's mine. I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to let them rip it apart and take it from me. This went back and forth. I began to see his personality change.
Industry, man, it's not the same. Doesn't have to do with talent. It's about playing the game. The industry, real niggas is dying to get in. The industry, just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry is trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that. But I'm going dress like this and talk with the bat.